Oh my God. Oh my God, guys. It is 100% true. It is not a rumor. It is no longer he said, she said. It is no longer any of that. CM Punk made his debut in AEW Rampage tonight in his hometown, Chicago, Illinois. The first time he's been returned to wrestling in over 7 years. The first time we've even seen him step foot in a wrestling ring in over 7 years. Oh my God, my goodness. What a reception he got to kick off the show with CM Punk coming out immediately. They didn't even hesitate after so many teases of CM Punk coming to AEW with Darby Allin saying about the best in the world, with Matt Hardy even posting a photo of a ECW tag match they had back in WWE prior to Rampage coming on. I mean, I am just stunned right now that CM Punk actually made his debut at AEW Rampage. Not just because he made the debut, but because of the fact that this has been a heavy rumor for the last 7 years since he left the WWE after the Royal Rumble 2014, since he got fired on his wedding day. For the past several years after that, it's been rumored for years and years that he would return back to wrestling, that he was going to come back in some type of capacity. There were even rumors multiple times that he was going to come back to WWE, and of course that did not happen. And the biggest thought in a lot of people's mind was that he was going to come to AEW when it first burst on the scene back in 2019 at Double or Nothing. That's what a lot of people thought. And at the time, he was set to make his return to wrestling then, but some things between him and Khan didn't fall through, so it didn't happen. So now he makes his return, and oh my God, what a thunderous reaction he got. Also, he was able to keep his theme song, Cult of Personality, with Living Color, because they follow him on social media. So he was able to actually get that theme song and bring it to AEW, which was nice to hear that theme song once again for the first time in so long. I mean, you had a fan crying. You had a fan absolutely crying. Uh, seeing CM Punk actually come out, it's absolutely amazing. You can see the emotion in CM Punk as he came out within the crowd, looking at the crowd, going crazy for him. Even when he dived in the crowd, it's like they almost didn't let him go. It's almost like he couldn't even get out of the audience. He you could tell that he felt the emotion and everything he said on the mic about how you know, basically when he left Ring of Honor 2005, wrestling for him was pretty much over after he went over to WWE. We've heard many stories of his experience there. He said how it made him sick in the first, how it made him become sick. So it's a lot of things he really went deep about. Of course, I mean, I don't have to get into that because it's well documented. But the bottom line is that CM Punk, after so long of being out of professional wrestling, you know, after so long of him even possibly saying he was never going to wrestle again, it was up to that point to go in a UFC, to being, to having two matches in UFC, to now being one of the commentators in a UFC arena, UFC fights. It's absolutely insane. CM Punk has finally, after so many rumors where it was to the point where you were hearing so many CM Punk return to this, return to that, it almost felt impossible to even believe. It was getting to the point where it was like, I mean, who even cares anymore? I mean, that's the point it was getting to, because that's how much we heard it. That's how much over and over again, different videos, different different things were posting and talking about CM Punk this, CM Punk that, and you heard it year after year after year of CM Punk this, CM Punk that, And finally, it actually happens. CM Punk comes out. Like I said, he just really speaks with a lot of emotion. He says he's back. He says he's not going anywhere. He says he's going to be at All Out, actually challenging Darby Allin. I'm really looking forward to that match. They had Darby Allin with Sting all the way up in the rafters, up all the way at the top. Um, he's challenging him to a match at All Out. Man, I mean, what can I say? I'm definitely looking forward to it. Um, oh my God, I am just stunned right now that this has actually happened. You know, this is a massive return. We've seen a lot of huge returns, obviously, and this is a big one here. CM Punk has finally come to AEW, and I'm looking forward to what they're. I'm looking forward to the many matches. He said he got some scores to settle. He says he wants to work with the younger talent, so to speak. There's so many matches a lot of people want to see. Um, CM Punk have. I definitely, would love to see him squared up with guys like Kenny. I like to see him have a match, even with somebody like, an MJF at some point, or Orange Cassidy. I mean, it's endless possible matches we could see now of CM Punk that we probably would have never seen had he not decided to come to AEW. And the funny thing is, CM Punk played this off so well because even when they asked him about AEW, he tried to tease it as if he knew nothing. He, as if he already had something else going on AEW Rampage that was going to prevent him from, uh, appearing. And so he played it off well. I gotta give it that he played it off well. Um, Despite all the media and stuff that kind of you would think it kind of would have killed his return after so long, his debut in AEW, his return to wrestling after so long, but it didn't. I mean, like I said, the crowd was thunderous, as they should be, as they would be in his hometown. So you would expect that. But you've heard so many CM Punk chants throughout the years he hasn't been in wrestling. It's insane, and now he finally comes back. You know, it's really crazy. Um, and I gotta say, he came out. He had his best in the world shirt on. Had his little jacket on. I mean, it's so many matches I'm looking forward to seeing this man in. So many things I'm looking forward to seeing him in. And now he's finally back here in professional wrestling. And this is going to be wow. This is going to be something. This is only one of two, big rumor debuts in the AEW. Obviously, with the other ones of Daniel Bryan possibly coming to AEW, he's the other big heavy rumor. So that'll be something else if we actually do see him at All Out. But CM Punk is the starting point to that. Um, and man, like I said, guys, CM Punk, the last time he was in a wrestling ring, the Royal Rumble, 2014, got eliminated by Kane, got chokeslammed through an announce table, walked out the company afterwards. He was still in the contract, but he said he was going home. They eventually fired him on his wedding date, and we didn't see him. You never seen him in a wrestling ring again after that. There was no other alternative at the time that he was going to go to. Um, AEW wasn't around, but you still had New Japan. You still had other promotions, even Ring of Honor, as he mentioned here. Um, but he didn't go into any of them. He completely stayed out of the picture. As a matter of fact, he did make a couple of brief wrestling appearances. If I could be wrong on this, but I think uh, it was one promotion. He came out with a mask on and hit somebody with GTS and walked back out. But he made a couple of brief appearances, but it wasn't really an actual in ring appearance or debut like he's doing here with AEW. So really, you've seen him here and there, but not that much. But now you're getting the full CM Punk in this capacity, and this is absolutely, insane. I was 14 when the last time he was step foot in the ring, and I'm 21 now. So that that definitely says a lot about how much time has passed since CM Punk, since the last time he was in the capacity stepping in the ring, in the wrestling ring, should I say, especially in this type of field. So that's pretty much it, guys. I just want to come on here. Obviously, they had 3 matches for that final dance. Jurassic Express defeated Private Party. Pretty decent match. Moxley, beat Danny Garcia. I think that's his last name. Jay Cargill actually beat KO Hogan. So it was pretty decent matches on the show by far. But the CM Punk thing, that's what I wanted to mention on here. And I'm so glad I was able to see it. And that's pretty much it, guys. Every sign off, everybody's flex. CM Punk is back.